Donald Trump isn't just looking for a vice president, he's looking for a fighter, someone who will carry the MAGA torch into 2028 and beyond. What does Trump need to see? What will make or break JD Vance's chances of becoming the true heir to MAGA? Here are the 10 qualities Trump has to see before making his decision. 1. Unwavering loyalty. Trump values loyalty above all else. He's seen too many weak Republicans turn on him when it benefits them. If JD Vance wants to be his successor, he has to stand by Trump 100%, no matter what. He has to publicly defend Trump against every attack, every indictment, every media smear. If the DOJ tries to take Trump down, Vance needs to call it out for what it is, a political witch hunt. If the establishment pressures him to distance himself, he needs to double down instead. This is truly important for President Trump. 2. America First warrior. America First isn't just a slogan, it's the foundation of Trump's movement. JD Vance has to prove that he believes in it, fights for it, and will enforce it at every level. As vice president, he needs to push for tariffs on China, demand stronger trade deals, and fight back against globalist economic policies. He needs to show he's willing to take on corporate elites and protect American jobs by supporting tariffs and manufacturing expansion. 3. Fighter against the deep state. Trump wants someone who will help him finish what he started, draining the swamp. That means JD Vance has to be fearless in going after the deep state. As vice president, he should lead an internal task force to investigate corruption in federal agencies. He should pressure Congress to defund rogue intelligence operations and expose the bureaucrats working against America's interests. He has to name names and demand accountability from the FBI, DOJ, and CIA. 4th, border security champion. Trump's entire 2016 campaign was built on border security. His VP has to be just as aggressive about it. JD Vance can prove himself by pushing for full border wall funding and demanding mass deportations. He should be at the border constantly, exposing the failures of the Biden administration and putting pressure on Congress to take real action. 5. Economic populist. Trump reshaped the Republican Party into a working-class movement. Vance needs to show he's all in on that vision. That means calling out corporations that ship jobs overseas, opposing unfair trade deals, and supporting policies that lower taxes for working families, not just big businesses. He has to take on Wall Street, fight against big money donors controlling the GOP, and make it clear that the party belongs to the people, not the elites. 6. Media and establishment resilience. Trump doesn't back down. His successor can't either. If JD Vance wants to prove himself, he has to go to war with the media, just like Trump. He needs to call out fake news in real time, push back hard against mainstream narratives, and refuse to play by their rules. He should be everywhere on conservative media, on podcasts, on social media, owning the conversation. He can't just be a politician. He has to be a force. 7. Strong on law and order. Trump ran on law and order and he delivered. JD Vance has to be even stronger. As VP, he should be leading the charge against soft on crime policies, pushing for harsher penalties on rioters and looters, and publicly shaming cities that refuse to enforce the law. He should be a vocal advocate for the police, visiting crime-ridden cities and exposing the failures of left-wing leadership. Every time there's a surge in crime, Vance should be on TV calling it out and demanding action. 8. Election integrity fighter. Trump needs a VP who will fight for secure elections. That means JD Vance has to be loud and relentless on election integrity. He should lead the effort to pass voter ID laws, ban mass mail-in ballots, and push for election audits in key states. Every time the Democrats try to loosen election laws, he should be the first one sounding the alarm. He should also take legal action when needed, going after states that refuse to clean up voter rolls and exposing any attempt to manipulate election results. 9. Charisma and strong public presence. Trump is a showman, a fighter, and someone who commands an audience. His VP needs to be the same way. JD Vance needs to own the stage at rallies, bring energy and fire, and prove he can connect with the MAGA base. He should be holding rallies of his own, just like Trump, and making sure people see him as a leader in his own right. If Vance can't excite the base, he won't be Trump's successor. Simple as that. 10. Willingness to take on rhinos. Trump doesn't just fight Democrats, he fights weak Republicans too. If JD Vance wants to be his VP, he needs to show he's willing to do the same. That means calling out weak Republicans like Mitch McConnell, endorsing MAGA challengers in primaries, and publicly shaming any Republican who sells out the movement. He needs to make it clear that the GOP is Trump's party now, not the party of old-school Bush-era politicians who serve Wall Street and the donor class. If Vance backs down to the establishment, he's out.